It's been a minute since I've done one of these videos for the channel. I have been away, not because I'm just fucking off, but because I am just purely putting my energy towards things that I want more in my life. Obviously, retention is one of those things. It is like uh, the foundational plaque, the rock as to everything else builds and gains momentum from. Now, I've been on this journey. So far, this is my longest streak that I'm in, obviously, consciously. Today, I hit 53 days of full semen retention, and the one thing I can confidently say has been the best or the most effective way for me to go on this long of a streak without having to fall for the traps and the urges and the ways that the the energy pulls you to release it. Um, and that's through me not focusing on how many days I'm on. Um, Basically, I was not even counting how many days. Like on all the previous streaks, I used to just wake up and be like, okay, it's day something of the retention journey. We have to be disciplined today. We gotta do this. Like I would count up the days because I carried the idea that in order to be something you have to have the days stacked in. You have to be at least on day 100 on full semen retention in order to, I don't know, get more confidence or whatever. So me counting the days always made me feel like, oh, I'm not there yet, because I wasn't. I'm still counting about day 13, about day 20, right? And every time I would reach a level that I say I'm peaking, as like my previous streak day, which was on day 40 something, I think day 43, 42, I think. Anytime I would approach that same day, the pressure internally would get worse. And that is why I say I was just too conscious. I was just allowing myself to be aware of the numbers of the days. And that would always put that pressure on me that I'm not there yet. And that would always bring that lack, that energy of lack, of me not being worthy and me not believing that I could make it, which would then just transmute into a pull towards what is familiar, to what is the pattern that I've always fell for, which is to release and to go back into the junk foods and to just do anything that is just degenerate and not moving my life towards a better future or the future that I want for myself. So staying away, and I mean mentally staying away from the days that I am on, me not counting the days has been the best benefit so far. And another thing is to just not be as rigid and strict when it comes to my daily routine, because I used to have this thing that, like I mentioned, I used to count the days, every day I must be doing this and this and this and this. If I don't do this and this and this, I'm not gonna feel a type of way about myself. That is how it was. That is how I approached it, with this rigid mind mentality. Now I can't really articulate what is the difference right now, but obviously right now my routine is way more flexible because there's just too many things, too many variables that just come in and out of my life at this point, that I have learned to accept that they are part of where I am, part of the environment that I'm living in. So I can't keep up with a rigid time-based schedule that I would love to have. I can't. I simply cannot in this environment. So I now have given up anything that makes me rigid when it comes to time-based activities. I no longer work out. I don't do many other things. I don't read as often. I don't read every day. I read when I want to or feel like to, and I'm okay with that. I'm not carrying this idea of a standard that I have to be reading each and every single day like I'm in matric or whatever. I'm just flowing with the life, with the flow of life. You feel me? And yeah, that's one thing that I also wanted to mention. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? Yes, which is one of the most important one, the most significant one, the one that made me want to pick up the phone and record this audio today. And that is last night on the 52nd night of me being in this full retention streak, I had my first wet dream in a minute. It's been a while. That was my first wet dream in this streak. And I will be honest, prior to me having that wet dream, I would say, I think 1 or 2 days, if not 3 days before that, I had one of the single handedly greatest pulls to me, I mean, towards the porn and masturbation. I had the greatest, I mean, the most intense, you know, and I say the intense not because I was aroused, like I was hard and I was triggered, I was, just in a bad state. No, I literally, in my head, it's as if the the reasons as to why I retain were no longer valid. It's just how it felt, because even though I could consciously tap into the reasons as to why I must retain, for some reason the spirit that was within me did not feel like it's a valid thing, like it's something that I really should follow. So that's why I say it's intense, because it's what I've explained before. It's literally like a domain expansion. Think about it. We are in this physical realm. We see only what's physical. Mara, we are beings within multi dimensions. Now, the most vast and the most significant dimension we cannot see or perceive consciously, that is the spiritual. The spiritual is what makes us the spirit, and that's where it is. That's the causal realm. Think about it. In the spirit, there's entities, light and dark entities. Now, when I say like a domain expansion, I mean like there is, imagine a dark entity like a demon or whatever, and they pick a target, me in this example, and then they do what they are doing, their witchcraft or whatever. They project to you, the victim, and I call that projection a a what's the word? Something domain. I don't know why it's left my consciousness for some reason, but they do that, right? They get a hold on the target and they create an environment where the target is heavily influenced to do what they want for them. For in this example, uh, here I'm thinking to myself, wow, I am suddenly pulling towards, like I am suddenly being pulled towards porn and masturbation. And when I think about why, I'm like, I'm not triggered in any way, but there's just this pull, and this pull is telling me I should do it. I'm thinking about the big BBL girls. I'm thinking about the thick hands, the big titted milfs, everything that is like a dark ass fantasy in my head, and I'm trying to find down what are the benefits for me to do this and not to do it. And I'm realizing, bro, there is literally no benefit to me doing this. I'm losing my energy. But then for some reason my spirit, the one that is within me, the one that I don't identify as me, but the one that I feel as within me at this moment, for some reason, that my reasons to why I won't masturbate are not valid. You know, they aren't valid to the point where they don't make me feel like, yes, it's what I'm supposed to do. I don't feel like, yes, like I'm not agreeable for some reason. You know, it's like it's like I'm doubting, like, yeah, like that's a valid reason, but like, do you really don't want to do it though? You know, but it's energetically, you know, it's energetically like that. And so I stayed with myself, bro. I obviously just I remain in my awareness, and I allowed the pass. I allowed it to pass. I let it pass through time, and it did. And literally 2 or 3 days after, on my 52nd night in the stream, I have a wet dream. And in this wet dream, bro, I'm so glad that this is my own personal diary. I don't know how for how long, but then my identity obviously is concealed, because this is some of the most dark shit. I'm not gonna lie, because in my dream, this wet dream, I was getting not even twerked on. Literally, the only thing that I remember, I'm in this room, and I wasn't aware of the room. It seems like a nice room. I'm not gonna lie. Right next to me, I'm on a couch. We have a blanket on. I'm sitting next to a woman. She seems young, not like young, my age young, but she seems like maybe Cabo late 20s, early 30s, right? Just based off her body. Just based off her body. She's thick. She is hella thick. She's wearing a vest, girl's vest, and dark gray pants. Not pants, but like those really tight, like track pants, but girls wear. She's wearing those, and her ass is literally just showing through that. Mara, she's sitting next to me, and I never saw her face. I never saw her face. But bro, as we're sitting there, okay, I don't know what we're doing, but then I can feel that in this specific moment in time, my dick is hard. For some reason, my dick is hard. And that's the exact moment I remember about my dream. The time when my dick was hard, and I was sitting in this room with this person that I don't even know. Now mind you, she gets up to do something. But as she gets up, she slides her ass off my dick. And I'm hard as fuck. And when I look, because I feel the pressure in my dick is outside, bro. It's no longer in my pants for some reason. It's bulging outside, and she is touching it. Mind you, she's facing that way. To me, I'm only seeing her back now and her big ass just playing with my dick. And that's the thing. I'm just, because it's as if I just arrived. You know that feeling where it's like you just arrived? You haven't really caught on as to what's happening. Mara, everything is happening, and you just like, you're still trying to process, like, how did we get here, bro? So I was just here. I was just there. Like, I just arrived, and what, like, what's happening? So I'm not really reactive. You could say I'm in a state of shock, but I just arrived. She's touching it, and no one is saying anything. I'm hot as fuck. Bro, I look to her, and there's this knowing, bro. I it's not like I knew who that was, because it wasn't who I thought it was. That's number one. Because the person that at the moment I thought it was my fucking aunt, bro. My fucking aunt. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And that's messed up. That is fucked up in so many levels, in so many ways. I know. But if really all of these things are happening, bro, I can't keep I can't keep playing them small, dog. Because really, if really, really, in this life that we are living in, there are entities, literal entities that play with us. It's a game to them. They get to take our energy without our fucking permission, dog. There's a certain level that you have to get to at some point to start playing the game. You can't keep sleeping forever, bro. You cannot sleep to your grave. I do not accept that. I do not accept that for myself. And yeah, that's the knowing I had when I looked at this person from the back, which is clearly not, because my aunt is way older, is way, way older. This person was clearly a young person, but because somewhere, somehow, in my twisted, dark heart that is full of lust, there is that desire, there is that complex, there is that fantasy of me, which is obviously rooted from the porn and the masturbation. Because that's where we see about MILF, about mother I would like to fuck, about stepmom, about this and that, about neighbors. You feel me? I don't, I do not reject that being a possibility because I have lived and I've experienced things, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But one thing I know, that was not her. That was a dream, and I never saw its face. And I know that's a fucking dark entity. It's a succubus or incubus or whatever they call them. That is an entity, and I know that because I never see their face. That's one thing that I've been noticing about this type of dreams. I never get to see their face, and I'm sure that's for a reason. I never get to see their face, bro. And that's it. What That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say for right now, bro. That's all I had to say. I I don't know what, I don't know what's coming next, but I'll just keep doing me. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Keep on retaining, keep on being aware, keep on building myself, building my mind, and just, yeah, staying positive, staying in my power. You feel me? Um because at the end of the day, the wet dream is just dead sperm, you know. That's what they say, it's dead sperm. So I mean, it happened when I was sleeping, was in the conscious release, you know, I was attacked or whatever you could call it or whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. And I might just end it at that. um yeah, man. uh Day 53, going in strong. Yeah, man. We're just taking this step by step, day by day, one day at a time, bro. Yeah. With that being said, I will catch you on the next video. I appreciate you staying tuned to these videos. I appreciate myself for making these videos. I appreciate myself for coming back into these videos and listening and taking the wisdom and then passing it forward. I appreciate that. Yeah. Uh, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am grateful that I am at least on the journey, because I know people don't even get to the journey and they just stay miserable. So I'm glad I took the time, the energy, the effort to start walking the journey. And yeah, that for me right now, that is enough motivation and fuel to keep me going. And yeah, that is it. I'll catch you on the next. Cheers.